So let me start. Abortion as an agentive action. This is a qualitative study conducted in Uganda, and Amanda Cleeve is the first author, and this is also unpublished work. It has been submitted and is supposed to be resubmitted soon. So I'm presenting here. Uganda. In Uganda, there is a high unmet need for contraception, and in the Ugandan context, also the unintended pregnancies are rather high at 50%. The fertility rate, as well as abortion rate, is high as compared to neighboring countries. Social norms and stigma related to abortion and contraception, and as well as unintended pregnancy and premarital sex is high. Uganda has a restrictive abortion law, which, I mean, women should be able to have an abortion if their life is in danger, but the access is very bad. So this puts unsafe abortion as a major public health issue in Uganda. And the aim of this study was to explore, because I mean, rather much is known about unintended pregnancies among young women in Uganda, but less is known about unsafe abortion among young women. So the aim of this study was to explore reproductive agency in relation to unsafe abortion among young women seeking post-abortion care in Uganda. And here post-abortion care refers to not, I mean, it's post-abortion care because abortion is not legal, so in context we have this post-abortion care instead. And in this paper they have introduced reproductive agency and discussed the results in the light of this. And it denotes capacity for action and the ability to influence events and maintain some sort of control over one's sexual and reproductive health and right. And the method. This study was conducted in Mulago Hospital in Kampala, Uganda. Women were recruited at the emergency gynecological ward in this hospital, and it was the midwives who approached women who they thought had induced the abortion themselves. Because post-abortion care, it could be, you know, a complication of miscarriage or so. But so the women, the midwives helped Amanda to recruit the women. They were 15 to 24 years, and she wanted to have the younger women. She interviewed 17 women. Most of them were conducted in Luganda together with an interpreter by Amanda Cleeve. A few of them were conducted in English. And she had a semi-structured interview guide and used thematic analysis. And here are the findings. Findings are grouped into 4 themes, and they reflect the process of the women from the unintended pregnancy to the decision making, to the action taken, and to, sorry, it should be 4 there, the last one, and then the experiences after the abortion. And I will now walk you through those 4. The first one is unintended pregnancy, power imbalances and contraceptive misconceptions. The second one is avoid stigma and regaining control, implications for agency. Third one is risk awareness and risk taking while maintaining secrecy. The fourth and last is the abortion experience shaping discourse and contraceptive intention, and it's the discourse regarding contraception. So the first one, in this theme refers to the power imbalances within the couple. I mean, these women, they were young women, and what they described was how they could not negotiate condom use or contraceptive use, and they were economically dependent on their partners very often. And this is what Esther, who was 25 years, said. Economic dependence. To me, actually, economic dependence is the biggest challenge. Most of the young women I have interacted with, my peers, at time they tell you, I didn't really want, but I had no option, and refused to wear a condom, to use a condom. Yeah. So that means that women are getting having this unintended pregnancy. The second one is avoiding stigma and regaining control, implications for agency. In this theme, the author, they discuss how women themselves actually said that this is completely immoral, but to have an abortion, but this is what I have to do because I need to move on with my education or I need to continue working, but so this is the best I can do. But in order to do so, they also kept it a secret. So they did not tell anyone, so they were really left alone in this with this decision. So this is what Doreen says. She says, secret. It might put me in trouble. If at all my brother knows it, he might tell my parents and they start quarreling. Some people can chase you out from home. There are some parents who are very tough. If you are married, then it's better, but if at all you are still a young girl at home, to get pregnant and you're not married, it's bad. It's not good in our culture. So they didn't want to tell the parents and they didn't want to discuss it with their partners. Then risk awareness and risk taking by maintaining this secrecy was that they did not tell anyone, so that meant that they often prolonged the seeking care in any way, and the way they sought care at private clinics at sundown, or and they had to wait because they had to collect money. So they described a lot of risk-taking, but they were aware of the risk, but they were actually taking risks in order to have the abortion. But that's what they had to do. If I had money, I would have gotten treatment early enough not to let these things rot inside me. But all this happened because I didn't have money. I delayed because I did not have money to bring me here to the hospital. Also, I thought this local herb called camunye would work for me, but whenever I would take it, a lot of blood would come out, smelling badly, which made me come here to the hospital for a checkup. I did not know that some things remain inside. And then the fourth one, the abortion experience shaping discourse and contraceptive intentions. And in this theme, they found that, or it describes how the women actually, after the abortion, before the abortion, they did not use any contraceptives, but after the abortion, they had a bit more of a, I think Amanda described them as being more empowered, or at least more determined of, I don't care if my partner doesn't want to use contraception, I have to do it. So they had a bit of more agency. So for me, I have to decide for myself. I want to use contraception. I have to use it for myself, because if I get a problem, it's me who suffers alone. Because some of these men know how to run. You tell them that I'm pregnant, they begin denying, saying it's not mine, it's your other boyfriend's. He runs away from you. So if I want to use it, I do it for myself, because I have to die for my own self. I want to use it, I have to use it by force. So, to conclude, gender norms and power imbalances create vulnerability and constrain women's decision-making power in relation to consensual sex, contraception and abortion. Reproductive decisions were made by navigating between gender norms and expectations, fear of stigma, health risks, and desire for education and social mobility. While women did not claim ownership of their abortion decision, the underlying meaning in the narratives position abortion as an agentive action aiming to regain control over their body and future. And the experience shaped contraceptive intention and discourse, which created an opportunity for prevention. And I should mention that some of the women also described how the healthcare workers had not actually not provided them with enough counseling and recommended them to not use contraception. So that's a little side step. But, and then implications and recommendations. This study provides unique insight into regarding young women's abortion decision-making and the circumstances under which abortion are conducted and post-abortion care sought. And without stigma reduction interventions and a change in gender norms, young women will continue to risk their lives and health and gender equality will never be achieved. Enabling young women's access to safe abortion and contraceptive in Uganda is paramount. Thank you.